What do you think about these plant medicines and things that I take? What do you think about those?
Well, I've always believed in healthy journeys. You know that. So when Grandma Benedict had her stent, well, they had no stents in those days for clogged arteries for women. They were too narrow. And she had her surgery, and then unfortunately they have an infection and she died, right? I looked at my parents, and I looked at their lifestyles, and thought that it's so important to keep your set point on your weight. And I'm really proud of you for keeping your body healthy, because without your container, you have nothing. And now the latest news is saying that people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, if you're not taking care of especially cholesterol and high blood pressure, you have no choices when you get to my age. It's done. It's already too late. And so I'm really proud of you that you've kept your set point, because I don't see very many people in my family that have. And there's no health future with that. So due to my mother, I started looking for an alternative, because I had high cholesterol, high LDLs, which was a shock to me, because I've never been overweight, but I had it. And so through that journey, I discovered being a vegan for 5 years. And then I did macrobiotic practice, which is basically similar. And it lowered my cholesterol, but then it would edge up. But in working through that, I thank my parents. I mean, if my mother hadn't, or my parents hadn't had their poor health, I probably wouldn't have thought of it. But then what I have learned, my journey has been that I did take a Lipitor, cholesterol lowering for 10 years, but I had a kind of reaction to it. It's what you hear about, the weakness in the arm.
Yeah.
But then I work with a lipidologist now, and it was through a visit to Cleveland Clinic where they said you have to take but a tiny amount, that I've lowered my LDLs 40%. So that, and keeping my set point on my weight, and eating healthy, that works for me. So for you to do the plant-based, well, I did that for 9 years, and I still mostly eat that way.
Yeah.
So I admire you for doing the journey. Most people can't control their eating, so it's a moot point. But you are a seeker.